Hi, I'm Adrianna. I'm 20 years old and I'm from Northern California. I'm here in Merida working on the caregiving project at the orphanage and I'm really enjoying it.
I'm Carson Schmeck and I'm 21 years old and I'm doing the forest conservation project.
I've been to Mexico one time before. It was to the northern area of Mexico. If you're coming to Merida, then I'm sure that you know where it is in the southern area. I really enjoyed it for the week that I was here, but I wanted to come and stay for longer in Mexico. So UBELONG seemed like a great organization to come and volunteer and be able to stay for a long time, but not just vacation. I've really enjoyed working at the project. The other mommies, as they call us at the orphanage, are really nice and they have a lot of kids to take care of, so they really appreciate the help that we're giving them, that all the UBELONGers give them, because they just get so tired when they're taking care of so many kids by themselves. For the first, I would say, 3 days at the orphanage, the kids don't know you at all, so they don't want to walk with you, they don't want to hold your hand, and the mommies are just like, oh, they don't know you, they don't want to do anything. But then after that, 3 days I think it takes. So
came to Mexico because living in California I'm a little bit familiar with some Mexican culture. That came to be kind of wrong as I got here, but yeah, it didn't seem like it would be too foreign, so like not a lot of culture shock. Yeah, so at the project we work in a greenhouse, and as of right now it's just me and Foster, the head guy there, and since I've been here we've planted over 500 plants, so I think that's pretty impressive, like a pretty good impact on the environment that they're doing there, that they're helping out there. Well, I think it was like my second or third day at the project, and I don't speak any Spanish, and Foster only speaks Spanish and Mayan, so I didn't really know what he was trying to tell me to do, and so there was this bag of dirt on the ground, and apparently he wanted me to pick it up and pour the dirt into the wheelbarrow, but I thought he was just wanting the bag to go to the trash, so I just picked up the dirt and dumped it all on the ground, and it was just kind of funny. It was a great example of the language barrier, but it was fun.
The culture here is a lot different than in the United States, but I think it's a great experience for anyone from the US, because in the US we kind of see Mexico as dirty and like not a nice place to live, but once you come here and you experience the culture, you really understand that it's similar in a lot of aspects to what we have in the United States, and all the people are used to it here. They wouldn't really like to go to the US, so it's really a different culture, but I think the people are really relaxed and really nice, and it's a great place. We walk around at night, go get something to eat, come back, and it's totally fine. The community is great too. There's events going on every night and people are always getting together, so it's fun.
I think the culture here was just a lot slower paced than I expected, so people aren't in a rush to get things done, and there's a lot less stress going on than in the US, and also things are more family oriented here, so like it seems like they treat their elders a little bit better than in the US, where they have multi-generational homes and they all kind of stick together, and I think that's pretty great. Yeah, my favorite weekend trip was probably the Uxmal ruins. So it's similar to Chichen Itza ruins, just a little bit less popular. One cool thing about there is that you can actually go on one of the pyramids, and so that was fun. We got to hike up to the very top and look out on the forest and take pictures, and it was really cool.
I definitely don't miss cenotes. Cenotes are pretty cool. The cenotes are underground swimming holes that you can go in. Some of them are in caves and some are open to the outside, but they're fresh water and it's a really nice place to cool off. My
favorite food was probably the cochinita pibil. I love that. We got it one day at work on the last day of the previous volunteer at my project. We all sat around and ate cochinita, and it was delicious.
I really like pozole, and what's that other thing that the lady makes at it's like the beans with like the pork in it, and frijol con puerco. One of my other favorite memories here in Merida is one Wednesday night, me and Carson and 2 of the other volunteers went to do the BC Ruta. We thought that it was just going to be 2 or 3 miles and maybe 20 people will show up, but it ended up being really crazy. There were a couple hundred people and it was like a 10-mile bike ride, but it was really fun because we were just biking around the city at like midnight, and it was so crazy and crowded, but we really felt like part of the community because people were coming out of their houses and watching us go by and stuff. It was really fun. We decided to come here and volunteer instead of going on a vacation because I wanted to see what it was like to live in another country instead of just seeing the touristy area. Merida gets a lot of tourists, but it's we are actually here staying for 6 weeks, and we get to experience what it's like to be local. And so when you're volunteering at a project, it's like you have a job and you get to go to work, come home each day, and over the 6-week period we get to really relax and like slowly go see the sights instead of staying for a week or 2 and trying to rush around and do everything. So it's really nice.